Can a pawn jump over other pieces? Have you ever wondered if a pawn can leap over other pieces on the chessboard? This is a common question for beginners, and understanding pawn movement is key to mastering the game. Let's break it down. In chess, a pawn cannot jump over any pieces. This is a fundamental rule that applies to all pawns. Pawns move forward one square at a time. However, on their very first move, they have the option to advance 2 squares straight ahead. This 2-square move can only happen if both squares in front of the pawn are empty. If there is any piece blocking the pawn's path, it cannot move forward past that piece. When it comes to capturing, pawns have a different approach. They capture by moving 1 square diagonally forward to the left or right. But this diagonal move can only happen if an opponent's piece occupies that square. So, if there is no piece to capture, the pawn cannot move diagonally. It is important to note that pawns never move backward or sideways. Since pawns cannot jump over pieces, their forward movement can be blocked by any piece directly in front of them. This includes both opponents' pieces and their own. This restriction makes pawn structure and positioning very important in chess strategy. Players need to think carefully about how they position their pawns to avoid getting stuck. There is one special move called passant. This occurs under specific conditions. If an opponent's pawn moves 2 squares forward from its starting position and lands beside your pawn, you can capture it as if it had only moved 1 square forward. However, this is still a diagonal capture and does not involve jumping over any pieces. In summary, pawns do not have the ability to jump over other pieces at any time. Their movement is strictly forward by 1 square, or 2 squares on the first move if the path is clear. Their captures are diagonal moves, and they cannot move backward or sideways. Understanding these rules will help you plan your strategy and make the most of your pawns in the game.